It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Show. We haven't done a show in 2 days.
Yesterday we were at a job fair at Lane University. Monday we were at Sally. I know tomorrow's Yom Kippur. It's just one of those weeks.
Tomorrow I'm working,
working.
and thanks to my partner Dawn, I'll be working Friday nonstop.
Oh, not me.
Because of Dawn. Yeah,
it's
always because of me.
Didn't he book it?
Because of me. But that's okay because we love it. There are things happening. The Good Del Rey.
Have you seen all the
pieces?
Instagram posts and all the collaboration
going
out?
It is blown away. You got to get involved. This is a great month. We have some ladies in the studio. We're going to be talking about that as well. But you know, this is my new thinking cap.
You can't do boring.
This is what I wear from now on when I'm thinking. So you never know what happens when I wear this hat.
And whose hat is that?
Now, this hat belongs to Perla. Uh-oh.
I got news for you. October 21st, we're doing Spotlight for a Cause. Don't miss it. It's going to be a night full of music, community, and all types of local fun. We're having tickets, $33 at givebutter.com.
Thank you.
You're hilarious. Awesome.
Thank you. What do you mean anyone? We've been talking about this for an hour.
Yeah, he was on his phone and you missed it.
What you don't know is that 33 people have signed up that they're going to show up.
Really? Where have they signed up?
On here.
I have not seen it.
I know. There's something wrong with you. You don't look at your emails. You don't look at nothing.
I have not seen the 33, but I'm excited.
I
looked and I did
but
not
33,
see them.
and we wanted to turn 33 into 66. Yeah, it's there.
Into 99.
And you know, my son Gio confirmed it. What do I got on?
You can't do boring.
That's right. This is a thinking cap.
Is it your calendar hat too?
I don't know.
Maybe for Halloween you should be a giant calendar.
Maybe I should, and you'll be the pen. She could be the eraser.
Yes. Exactly. Wow.
I also have other exciting news. We got some new shows that we're going to be doing in studio as well. I got another one tonight. I got another one this afternoon. I got another call for a studio, perhaps possibility, pop-up studio in Boynton Beach. So stay tuned to that. I won't let it out the bag because I haven't finalized it, but I'm going up there to sign it. It started at 6 o'clock this morning. I'm going to tell you, you don't see me when I'm working.
It's October 1st. It's the start of a lot of greatness.
It's fourth quarter. The season is here. If you got something to say, you better say it now.
Andrew, I have to get a new light for outside because now with the time change, one of our lights blew and it was very dark. So I had to escort some of our guests out last Thursday night.
It's not the light, it's the batteries. Me and him had this conversation. He says that you can buy new batteries. I thought those batteries were replaceable. But apparently I am wrong and he is right.
So what do we need to do? Buy a new light?
I don't know. He says buy a new, not a whole new casing. It's not the way it works. The battery comes out. Oh, jeez.
That's okay, Freddie.
All right, so who do we have in studio today? Let's
anyway,
jump on that.
happy Wednesday to you.
I'm so happy about it.
It's
Sarah Spiritual is on tonight. She is very mad at me because she says on Wednesday I should let people know that Sarah Spiritual is going to be on tonight from 6:30 to 9. And don't ask me questions, ask her. Okay. She has a phone number and everything else. Show's been going on with me for 8 years. She's been on the air for 19 years. I didn't even know that.
Amazing.
And she's on CBS, NBC. She's been all over the place. So give Sarah Spiritual tonight, 6:30 to 9. And she's on South Florida Oldies.
And to all our friends who celebrate Yom Kippur tonight and tomorrow, may you have an easy fast and a blessed year of good health, happiness, and peace.
It starts tonight, right? You guys celebrate?
It starts tonight at sundown.
You do? You observe. No, you don't
You
celebrate.
don't
You just
celebrate
observe it.
You observe it.
I
It's
observe
not
too
a
from a
happy
distance.
Nothing to
holiday.
celebrate.
I observe from a distance. I go, look
You're
at Dawn.
atoning for your
Hey, Dawn, you're
sins.
doing good.
So I
I'm
have a
observing.
craft project at my house for tomorrow for Breakfast.
Your what?
A craft project. I've never done this
What is
before.
that?
I'm going to tell you. At Temple last week, they had people could write their burdens and leave it at the synagogue to release your burdens to the synagogue.
A burden. What's a burden?
Things that weigh heavy on your heart.
What does that mean?
It means something that causes you anxiety or something that you want to release, something that
Adore-
does not serve
adorn?
you.
Adorn?
Or me, right? You can write my name on a rock and you can leave it at the temple.
At a rock.
Yes, so you're leaving your burdens like a heavy rock. That burden is now lifted off of you.
A heavy rock.
So I decided
I heard a
didn't
voice.
want
Was
peop-
that God?
I didn't want people's burdens left at my
So what
house.
you put my name?
So I created blessing rocks. So I've got little
Why
stones.
you gotta always change everything?
Because I want people to have a blessed year versus a burden-free year, right? So it's kind of all in the delivery of it. It's the same thing, but a blessing rock. So everyone who comes over tomorrow for Breakfast can make a blessing rock. Anything I've left, I'll bring into the studio next week.
It's funny. I remember going. I don't know where I went, but they gave me a rock. It was white, and they says put a wish on it.
See, same thing.
So I put my time. I still have that. I don't throw nothing away. There's something wrong with me.
So I'll bring them in so everyone can.
So why don't we
do, like,
buy some
a
white
blessing
rocks so
rock.
people could write it over by the statue? You could put it at the bottom.
It's a good idea.
But it's gonna be a burning rock or a happy rock?
I'm all about a blessing rock.
Okay, so let's do blessing rocks.
Because they like some people would put stones and write words like peace, faith, hope, and they would leave them at certain public places.
Yep.
Yes, because it meant strength and unity, and if you don't throw it at somebody, you're good.
I found a few of those.
Have you? So I've
Yeah.
never done a craft
You found a
project
rock?
at Breakfast.
Those
so-
rocks that she's talking about, they're like painted, and you
Yes.
never know where you're going to find them. It could be at a restaurant, it could be like, laying at the base of a tree, and people purposely place them, and I think they find you at the right place at the right
Always.
time.
We should get couch talk
Rocks?
rocks.
We could with
Now
some,
listen, I can come up with a lot of merch for
we
that.
got some inspirational quotes for you.
We'll get there.
There's a lot of things. I think the older I get, not that I'm less
more rocks in
religious,
your head?
I'm more spiritual.
Oh.
So when I was younger, it was like we had to do things. My parents said, you don't eat this, you don't turn on the TV, you don't use the radio, like all of these things that you cannot do. I'm like, okay. We didn't do them. But now as I'm older and I can actually make decisions for myself, I respect the traditions, but now I think I can create other
I
things
think
to
you
bring
change
joy.
the traditions. You go from burning rock to happy rock, from sadness.
Isn't it the same thing? It's just a matter of
I'm all
perspective.
in.
Think about perspective, right?
I'm all in. I like the change. I go against the grass all the time.
It's not really against the grass. It's just a change of perspective and mindset. You can focus on the negative that you're getting rid of, or you can focus on the positive that you want to bring in.
Are you a gypsy,
I was.
a rebel, or just a gypsy?
Past life, probably both.
You're
Maybe
a
this
rebel.
life too.
Your
I don't
sister,
know.
you, your brother, all rebels.
Why is that a rebel? To believe in what feels good in your heart. I'm
It's not that.
hurting
It's
anybody.
that no, it's not that. It's that when you do things that's supposed to be done this way, you do them this way, which I
But
love.
why do you have to do things the way people tell you to do them?
You don't.
Ask Lauren.
Get ready for it, because that's what the new generation.
It's your girl Lauren
Everything
Nicole.
you tell them, they want to do something different.
This generation only does things different.
I'm
except
true.
that
You know
sometimes
what?
it
I'm
makes
on
no
the
sense.
same page as
Crazy,
Dawn.
yeah.
I'm rolling with
You're
Dawn
on a
this
page.
one.
You can't even
I think
count
it's-
to one.
I
You-
think it's at 179, and I think it's and I
She
think
pays
it's,
us more for our show than they actually charge.
and I think it's ebb and flow.
Ebb
I think
and
it's
flow?
ebb and flow, like she said. I think you're releasing and accepting at the same time. Why
You
can't we
guys,
do both?
you guys can take a rainy day and make it sound like it's
There should be a
beautiful.
rainbow.
And look at the
There it
rainbow
is.
and walk in the rain and get some galoshes or not.
Well, look, on the other side of that rainy day, what if the birds come out and then you see a rainbow?
And with my luck, the bird takes the poop on me.
Well, that's good luck.
You sound like my sister. It's good luck. I said, let it take a poop on
Actually,
you.
who said it was good luck?
Yeah.
The
The
person
person
that
that
got
got shit on.
And that's the end of that show.
It's only the bird. I wonder if, like, an iguana, when an iguana poops, is that good luck?
I don't
a
know.
bird.
I don't walk around looking at iguanas pooping.
All over my pool deck.
All over your pool
All
deck.
over my pool deck.
So get one of those joyful rocks.
So a
Joyful.
lot of rocks. Anyway, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we got the ladies of Couch Talk who are opening up October 1st. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And like I said a few weeks ago, I think every day we should be aware of all the different cancers and diseases that are affecting
Absolutely.
people. because it's not just the month of October.
It's every day.
More to come with Couch Talk and the lovely ladies. And we will be right back.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Oh my God, Dawn, look at where we're at. We're at Crazy Uncle Mike's, and what's going to happen here on October 21st?
Huge thank you to Crazy Uncle Mike and Duke of Del Rey for being able to help support the AMP Media Futures Foundation right here on October 21st, 5 o'clock. Save the date, coming out. All proceeds benefit the interns and producers of AMP Media Productions. Music, food, drink, raffles, and a whole lot of fun and community. So come on out, check out the stage, see what's happening next.
Guys, you do not want to miss out on this event. October 21st, 5 p.m., Crazy Uncle Mike's. Be there or be here or be square. We're going to have great entertainment, great food, great drinks, all the above. You're going to have a fantastic time, and it's all going back to AMP Media Futures Foundation.
Don't miss out on a chance to give back while having a blast. Come join us at Uncle Mike's.
At Gen X, we believe skincare should be both powerful and purposeful. Beauty doesn't fade, it evolves. Powered by women, made for everyone. Packed with bovine placenta, a rare regenerative ingredient rich in growth factors and nutrients. Infused with collagen peptides and hyaluronic acid, aloe vera, and coconut oil. Each ingredient is powerful on its own, but even better together. Feel the science, see the glow. Shop Gen X now at genxbeauty.com.
Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by two friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art.
Step into a world where emotion meets expression, and every brushstroke tells a story. DeBilson Art Gallery features the captivating whimsical works of internationally renowned artist William DeBilson. From larger-than-life portraits to abstract reflections of love, loneliness, and connection, each piece invites you to feel, reflect, and escape the ordinary. Located in the heart of Del Rey, this art gallery is more than a space, it's an experience. Come discover what speaks to you. Visit DeBilson Art Gallery today.
Nova Fresh Kitchen in Boca Raton is a vibrant, fast-casual eatery ideal for health-conscious dinners. With a bright, fresh ambiance, a nutritious and fully gluten-free menu ranging from breakfast pastries to protein-packed bowls, soups, smoothies, and coffee, it is a reliable choice for a fresh, wholesome bite any time of day. You can find them at 625 Northeast Spanish River Boulevard, Boca Raton, or order online at novafk.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, we're back. Did you like that?
It was very nice.
And Gato wasn't ready.
I love that. I'm excited that Karen is back also. We haven't seen Karen in a long time. Karen, it's going to be a better quarter for you.
I believe so. I've been focusing more on my blessings now instead of focusing on pain.
That's right. You need the happy rock.
Yep.
No more burning rock.
It's beautiful.
Because every day we have something that we can be grateful for. We all have stuff that are burdens. We all have stuff that weighs heavy on us. And for whatever reason, those weights are things that we focus on more than our blessings. But maybe we can start a new campaign to focus on of gratitude and blessings.
Well, the campaign's already started. October 21st, we're going to have the big fundraiser for the kids. I'm getting phone calls. Russ Johnson called. He's going to be here in a little bit. If you ever give a young mind an opportunity, and you want help in growing and amplifying a business, I mean, you're a business owner, and you have a calling, you have a business, and you give these kids a chance, man, you'd be shocked at what they can do.
How'd you like yesterday, Tabling Tuesday
That was amazing.
at Lynn?
Those kids that are coming in, all of them, one after the other, they look like soldiers,
And
all
then
of
we've
them.
got 4 more coming in next week. We had 3 come in already in the past 2 days.
It's pretty good. Now, I also was like, wow, look at this, because these 2 ladies, they put together a promo piece for their show that went out live. Nobody told me until this morning. That's okay. But it went out live.
Not
and,
true, by the way.
And it is true.
I told you yesterday.
No, you told me maybe, perhaps.
I never use the word maybe perhaps. But if I say it, it's like this until Freddie's World, and then Freddie cancels it. Ask Jay and Gato.
But they had done the promo for it already, so. All right, but it was
you
still
want to talk to
the
the
promo.
ladies of Couch Talk?
Yeah, that's
All
what
right,
I'm-
so we've got Michelle
that's-
Spears, and as in my head always says, it's your girl, Laura Nicole. So it's your girl, Laura Nicole, and Michelle Spears joining us. We spotlighted you in the newsletter. I don't know if you guys saw the newsletter that went out
not
this
yet.
morning, but we did our September wrap-up spotlight Alexi put together. And it's your show, it's Tammy's show, and it is, what's our third show? It wasn't Sally, it's in the third show.
Coriander?
And then we had all the shoots that we did, Coriander and Bramers and Casey Market. So
Coriander was an outstanding shoe.
So
A lot of different elements in that show.
Oh,
right?
so Home and Soul Harmony. That was the third show we spotlighted.
With Perla and Lisa.
Yep, 3 new shows.
I'm gonna tell you, that show has a life of its own.
Well, tell us about Couch Talk. Today's October 1st. You kicked it off with breast cancer awareness.
We did. We
did.
kicked it off with breast cancer awareness. We actually went live today, which was fun because why do we need to film?
Agreed.
We could just go live.
Yeah.
And it, one of the best things is really finding women that connect with one another and have a lot in common and letting them showcase their personalities on our show. And today we had the best combination of Erin and Candace. Erin will have her, introduce herself and talk a little bit about her because I get very emotional when I talk about Erin because I've known her
emotional.
for.
It's okay.
Yeah.
There's no crying in baseball, but we can cry.
Today's show was really inspiring. It was
great.
inspiring. It was informative. And it was really, it's incredible to hear the individual story and yet so similar in a sense, right? So it was empowering to say the least, and we had 2 really, really great guests. So we brought on today Candace Drake, who is the owner of Healing Hands Massage Therapy in Wellington, and she does a lot of like lymphatic drainage. So that kind of all ties into, feeling good before, after, and during treatment.
I got to learn what lymphatic drainage was
Yeah.
because in my mind, do you know what lymphatic drainage is?
I thought it was your toes sweated.
I thought,
No.
don't ask me
Sticking
why.
on your
I
knees.
thought you
Definitely
actually
not.
got like a hose
Literal.
put somewhere. I was not sure where.
Oh, that's the drainage,
And
okay.
drained.
Yeah, that's drainage, all right.
That was where my brain went.
That's a big drain.
That
yeah,
is not
but,
true.
but it's not. And
It's not. I went for lymphatic drainage last month. Our good friend, the other Heather, she called me and she said, you need to do that. After my dad passed away, she's like, you're holding on to too much grief. You have to go get manual lymphatic drainage. Right? Manual lymphatic drainage or massage.
Okay, yeah, manual lymphatic
So
drainage.
you did it for an emotional release.
Yes.
Right, because
Wow.
there's that book, your body keeps the score, and I haven't read it, but I probably should read it.
She walks around
I've got
with
the book and the journal,
she
but I
read
haven't
the
opened them
pamphlet
yet.
inside.
But I think my body truly holds on. But we all do. We all hold on to emotional burdens, baggage, all kinds of things that our body holds on to and makes us ill, physically ill.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how gentle, like it is more gentle than a massage. You
We
don't
just
it's
said
like,
this.
put out your arm.
No.
It's like, It's like that.
Well, Candace,
It's
Candace,
like
what did you
nothing.
say
It's
that
like
guests say when they
barely
leave
touching you.
after?
They don't believe we've done anything
Right.
because they're used to us getting into their muscles and making pain and creating something, but it's very gentle. It's for the nervous system. It's for the pushing of fluid. So your lymphatic system is literally so superficial. If we go too deep, we'll cut it off. And it's a misconception, unfortunately.
That's what they told me.
I think the word massage attached to it really confuses people.
So you're lightly touching the skin.
Yes, we're
creating
actually
kinetic
pushing the
energy?
fluid towards the lymph nodes so that you can flush
And
it out
where are the
naturally.
lymph nodes?
Your lymph nodes, you have major lymph nodes in your armpits, your neck, your groin area, behind your knee. They're located
All
from
over?
everywhere from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. But your major lymph nodes are located in those areas.
So when you're draining, whatever it is, you're draining stress or whatever in these particular areas, when you get up off that table, you probably fall asleep, is what people
Yes,
tell me.
you can.
So
It's
when you
very
get
relaxing.
up, your body is rebooted? Is
Your
that a better
body
word?
is ready to urinate, to be completely
To
frank.
urinate.
It is honestly
We talk
a
about good
system
things
that
on
runs
our
through
show.
your
Yeah.
urinary system. Yes.
'Cause you
so
want- you're
you
trying to
will
cleanse
flush
all
that
those
out.
toxins out.
Yes. It's
So drinking a lot of water helps the process?
100%. It's like a trash can, we call it basically. It collects your bacteria, viruses, toxins, conditions, things that you don't want in there. We just flush it out gently.
And it helps change the personalities of people?
Well, they are very calm when they leave, so yes, they can.
Send you to
We can-
Washington. We could use you in that.
we can calm them to a
Just
certain
saying.
extent.
But you're also, I don't know if you're a breast cancer survivor, but you removed your implants.
Yeah, I'm not a breast cancer
Okay.
survivor. I'd never had that. But I did remove my breast implants for breast implant illness, which I did not know at one point was causing my lymphatic system to attack the rest of my body. Hence, autoimmune, that word, comes from when your immune system, which is essentially your lymphatic system, starts to attack other places in your body, thyroid, everywhere. And that's what was actually happening to me. And I was unaware of it until 2022.
How long had you had the implants?
At the time that I started getting sick, it was about 16 years because I started getting sick in 2020. I went about 2 years not knowing what was going on, just getting sicker and sicker. And by the time they were out, so we're looking at almost 19 years.
Which is your body rejecting the implant?
It is. Essentially, it always rejects it. What people don't understand is the moment you put it in your body causes an encapsulation around it because it's trying to remove it. It cannot, obviously, so it creates that barrier between it and your body because it's not supposed to be there. So the longer it stays there, the harder your immune system works to remove it. But if it never does that, then you're consistently using your immune system till it starts to slow down and become sluggish and then starts to attack other places in your body.
So if you do implants when you're in your 20s, by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, you're going to feel the effects.
Well, the crazy thing about that is across the board, it is all different time frames.
Okay.
Because let's say you have a slow lymphatic system or your immune system isn't beautiful when you get them. We're seeing that women are experiencing this 2 years, 2 days, 10 years. It all depends on your lymphatic system. It
So
really
you
does.
should be checked. Your lymphatic system should be checked before you even think about having it.
Unfortunately, there's no real test for your lymphatic system or your immunity per se.
Really?
And we are finding that back in the day when they first started approaching us with these implants and stuff, the doctors kind of knew this was starting to happen a very long time ago.
Well, they changed the composition of implants. And
They
I don't
did.
know where you fit in that.
It doesn't. I did not have silicone. I had saline, but the implant itself, when I looked up the ingredients of the actual casing, it has like 100 metals. You know, so it's, but your body actually, think about this. This is the way I explain it to my clients. If I went out in the yard and I worked in the garden and I got a thorn in my finger and I couldn't get it out, what happens to your body? It starts to fester, it starts to pull. Until you get it out, it doesn't heal, it only gets worse. Your immune system is taking over trying to make it better. So you pull it out and then your immune system calms down and it's fine and you heal and everything goes away. You don't ever take them out. If you're not taking them out, then your immune system is continuously working, overworking. So in my case, I got sick in 2020. The very beginning of the year, we think it might have been COVID. We really don't know. But my immune system was working so hard on my implants, it couldn't work on what I got sick from. So then it starts to really break. Wow. So my opinion is I don't push it on other women. It's not a question of when, or a question of if, it's a question of when. It all depends on your body.
It's interesting. I remember going a few years ago for my mammogram, and I went to the hospital, and she said, "You have implants?" And no. And I said, "Why?" And she said, "Well, thank you for not." And I'm thinking, so they can't even toe the line of impartiality. She said, because when you have an implant, we can't see what we need to see.
No.
Yep. In all cases.
And the mammogram is completely different.
She said, so we're pushing and we're doing the best we can, but there are no guarantees that we can see what we need to see.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, this is coming from the expert at a Boca Mammography Center telling me this. So you're wondering if this information is in fact getting out there to the public or not. No, it's different when you have reconstruction surgery and totally different. Everyone should do what they want to, and they should still. But are we being given all the information we need before we make those choices of either cosmetic or reconstruction? Just about the information that's out there.
Absolutely. I actually went for a mammogram a couple of years before I got sick. And I think she had counted 36 cysts in my breasts. They were all over. They were all benign. Nothing to be concerned about, as they told me. They were very tiny, but there was so many of them. I don't have those anymore either.
And those are early warning system.
She doesn't have any of them anymore.
No, there's nothing there anymore.
Because her your immune system must be strong, and it was fighting this thing and saying, yo, help us here fight. I'm thinking about this, because if your immune system is strong and it's doing this thing, eventually it's going to break down. But if your immune system is weak and is fighting this thing, you're going to be in a world of hurt even after taking them out.
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Are lymph nodes connected to your thyroid glands?
They're not connected to the thyroid, but they are a part of it. They do actually work in sync with it. I've had a couple of those removed with my thyroid.
Because your thyroid's
so I'm missing
here,
a couple
and
now.
you've got your lymph nodes are right in here.
Yes.
So everything's pretty close.
Yeah.
The wearing of the pink, the shirts, baseball does it, NFL, everybody's involved in this whole thing. Wouldn't it be nice if they just gave you more information as to what's going on? And we're not saying that you don't have choice. Nobody's saying that. You have all the choice in the world. If you want to do them, good luck with that. But metals in material, at least find out what they're made of, man.
You know what's nice? It opens the conversation. Before breast cancer awareness and everything, it was never the conversation. Women's health was never a conversation. Correct. Ovarian cancer, pancreatic cancer, men's breast cancer. No one ever discussed it. Menopause. No one ever discussed these things. So I am grateful that it has opened the conversation and more awareness to what it is. Because then I want to talk to Erin.
Good morning.
Good morning. You were diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yes, I was.
I'm gonna go.
Does having the conversation feel like you're not alone, that there are other people that have walked a journey? I can't say the same journey because everyone's journey is different.
Everyone's journey is so unique and so different that even if you have the same exact cancer diagnosis, how your body handles it and how you attack it is unique and different. And yes, being an advocate myself, you want the information. You want to ask the questions. You want to know. And they're not necessarily withholding the information, but is the information really that available, or do you have to dig and get the information to be informed?
Well, it's hard to make an informed decision if you don't have all of the information. If you're making a conscious decision, whether it's treatment or to have some kind of surgery, or you have to have all the information in front of you to make a conscious decision, or you don't have, you don't know all the pros and cons.
But
right?
check this out. When you buy something on Amazon, you read the reviews, right?
Always.
Right.
Always. I have never met anybody who doesn't. My son says, Dad, before you buy this, let's read the reviews. So the object of the game here is you got to educate yourself. Don't wait until the doctor tells you, well, let me give you the pros and the cons. You got to educate. You got to sort of look at this thing. And again, I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying before you put something in your body.
Well, I can tell you personally, from myself, I was 21, 22 when I made the decision to get them done. The only thing I was thinking about at that point was appearance.
Okay.
Even if you told me it had X, Y, and Z
You were doing it anyway.
My brain, I'm 22.
Right.
And all I'm thinking is Pamela Anderson and all these others because it was back in the 90s and everybody was doing it. And I knew, don't go with silicone, go with saline. So, that was it.
And you had them done?
I had them done and I still have them in. And BII is a real thing.
Is it the same? Do you have the same set or did you
I have the
replace
same.
them?
And
How many
I
years?
wish I can get, we're going on, I'm going to be 50. So
How do you feel?
I definitely know I have BII.
Really?
100%. It's not always recognized by doctors. I've tried to get them removed. It's not covered by insurance because it's considered cosmetic and it's a very expensive
So there's the
procedure.
catch-22 again.
Yeah, so now it was cosmetic to get them in and it's cosmetic to get them out. And then when I went to go see a doctor, he basically said, you need to lose about 30 pounds before we'll even take them out.
What does that have to do with anything?
I guess because
Recovery, maybe.
your breasts are bigger. Your chest is bigger when you have more weight, so they want you to lose the weight. So it's all this catch-22, and then you're just left another year, and now
But you're dealing with a life. Back in the day, Marlboros was the thing to do, or sugar. Take a lot of sugar. The Sugar Association spent millions. Eat all the sugar you can until it started killing people.
Yeah.
Cigarettes killing people. Now nobody wants to do them, or as many people don't want to do it because they've gotten educated. But this is close to home. Think about it this way. You're a dad or a mom, and your daughter wants to do them. Wouldn't you educate your daughter? Says, do them, but let me tell you what can happen. Would you do that?
It's not just about education, it's about advocacy. So you can educate, but you have to advocate with it. So there's a combination between the two that end up coming out. So as the next generation become informed and receive that education, then you have to go out and advocate for them to continue the education. So like your son with the Amazon reviews, how many times have you questioned your doctor?
I do all the time.
How many times do the general population question the doctor?
Does not.
How many times we look at in the ingredients list on the box on the label?
She makes me look at that.
Okay, well it
But you're right.
becomes status quo of what we've done. I know women today don't necessarily go for implants as much as they used to because of the knowledge of BII.
Yeah.
Because of what is it going to do to my body?
Mm-hmm.
Now the mammograms, how you brought up the point of them being the implants affecting
Restricting visibility, yeah.
the visibility. It's the advocacy of having the access for women to get the mammograms and the knowledge and the education to advocate for them to get them, become informed of, hey, this is going to be a huge detector whether or not you're going to have breast cancer. That is one of the number one top ways to do it.
But look how often it's missed on mammogram. So
It
they
depends
say.
on the screening tools. And
What?
as we get better with the screening tools, it depends on where you go, your age. There's so many different factors. If you have a menstrual cycle, or are you in your menstrual cycle, there are so many different factors. But and also science is behind too. So they've done all this testing through all these 100 years on men, and now we're finally catching up to testing with women. So we don't know about menopause. We're learning more about mammograms. We're learning more about our menstruation cycles.
I was gonna ask, what age are you supposed to start checking for?
They actually don't recommend. The guidelines have recently changed, but when I was supposed to start getting mammograms, it wasn't until 40.
Yeah.
But it also depends on familial risk factors and things like that. So they're starting to change and make adjustments to these guidelines. And you can start paying out of pocket early. Self exams, the doctors are huge advocates for those. They're really easy to learn how to do.
That's what I wanted to
And
ask.
you can self-prescribe your own mammogram now. You can go to Boca, probably everywhere, but I know you can go to Boca Community and say you want a mammogram. And you do not need a doctor's prescription to get it. Women can self-prescribe for a mammogram, which I think is tremendous. Now, I don't know about insurance or payment, but also there's the mammogram bus that they offer.
You're going to have to pay for it.
But there are other, do you remember we had
yes.
Stallone in, and they do offer mammograms to women. There is access to care. You just have to find it.
You just have to find it.
Why don't we take a break? When we come back, I want to hear Erin's story because it's going to be longer than we need to go to commercial break.
Okay.
So more to come, and we'll be right back.
Family business. It's me, my sister, and her soon-to-be husband. We've been here for about 5 years doing our thing in this beautiful little spot right in the heart of downtown Boca. We really are like that authentic New York, New Jersey, Northeast thing that you want to have when you're in South Florida. Our bagels are made from scratch every single day. They're top-notch, best you can get around here. And then lunch, chicken Caesar wrap, or like we have a beautiful avocado supreme salad. That's really, really great. And of course, all our sweets are incredible too. You know, something savory, salty, and a little something sweet after. And we will do our best to provide the best service, best food, best everything. And if there's anything you need, we'll do it.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
At Coriander, we bring you simplified yet elevated Indian food, where every spice, every aroma, and every clay oven dish is a celebration of your senses. From the rich warmth of cinnamon and cloves to the depth of turmeric and coriander, our curries are crafted with love, passion, and tradition. Comfort food from across the ocean. Come taste the magic at Coriander. Visit us at 3441 Woolbright Road, Boynton Beach, Florida, or call 561-739-3952 to order today. Coriander, where flavor meets comfort.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
I'm reporting to you from Crazy Uncle Mike's. My name is Jill Winters. We have a show coming up on October 21st. It's for the AMP Media Futures Foundation. We want all the singers, all the entertainers, anyone that's involved with, anyone who loves drinking. We're at Crazy Uncle Mike's. That's what we do here. We're going to give you a great show. I'm going to be here with all my friends from Brooklyn Cafe TV and AMP Media. We look forward to seeing you all. Please get in touch with us, and we'll see you soon.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, we're back.
All right, we're back. A whole
Everybody's
lot of shoe
admiring
shopping, food shopping. People are
cows.
hungry. They want to go to Bramers. They want to go to Coriander.
Bramers. Go
We
to
are going to be
Bramers.
on the road this month. We will get you the schedule. There's a lot of Jewish holidays. There's a lot of Indian holidays. So we have to figure out all the holiday schedules so we can get where we got to go.
Casey, Bramers, Sushi Bang Bang, all of them are on the docket. So you don't know yet, but we're going to bring it to you. Because that last piece we did at Coriander, you ladies were there, was terrific. And we're going to repeat that, maybe add a little bit more juice.
And probably the end of October, towards the end of
Whenever
October.
you tell
Give us
me.
some time.
You tell me. I look at the calendar.
All right, we're going to talk to Erin. We're talking about Breast Cancer Awareness Month with the lovely ladies of Couch Talk. And we went to a quick break before Erin tells us her journey. So tell us.
My journey is a very interesting one. I actually was in denial when I found the lump. I didn't want to believe it was breast cancer because I had just finished battling lymphoma.
How old were you?
That was in 2023.
Oh, recently.
So that was 2 years ago. I was 42, just getting ready to turn 42. My best friend had passed away from metastatic breast cancer. So I did not want to go through the same thing. So after having finished my treatment for lymphoma, I had just gotten into remission. Found the lump. I was like, nope, not it. And then reality set in, and I was like, okay, we're going to the doctor. And literally within a month, I had all the testing done. We had the biopsy within like 2 weeks. Everything moved very quickly for me, where I know a lot of people have the problem where the system moves very slow. Because I am a semi-retired nurse, I called in favors and contacts, and we got everything to move quickly. And because I am an advocate for myself as well, I told them we were going to have treatment when I was ready to. So we started medication. I had my first surgery November of 23, complications. So I had a second surgery, chemotherapy after that. I had a third surgery. Then we healed. I had my total hysterectomy, so ovaries and uterus both came out.
Are you BRCA positive?
I am not BRCA positive, so when they do all the testing, they do genetics. I pushed for every test positive because I want to know what were the chances of it within 1 year of getting diagnosed with 2 cancers.
Did you have a mastectomy or a lumpectomy?
I had a bilateral mastectomy. Lymph nodes were taken out on both sides, so that way it was great having a discussion about the lymphedema therapy and the flushing the lymph system. Chemo and bilateral mastectomy, medications, and the hysterectomy because I was basically 100% hormone positive.
What does that mean?
When they test your cancer, when they do the biopsy, they test for different markers, including BRCA, whether it's hormone positive, there's different types. So they tell you, and that leads to what kind of treatments you have. So mine was not BRCA, mine was more of a hormone based.
Okay.
So I'm having all kinds of fun.
Do you feel any peace of mind knowing that you've had the mastectomy, you've had the hysterectomy, that all of these organs that could potentially cause more cancer are gone?
Yes, absolutely.
It gives you peace of mind.
That's why I advocated for having the hysterectomy, because I wanted that main producing hormone organ gone. I did not want to keep it.
And then that put you right into menopause at 42.
Oh yeah.
Because you weren't in menopause at 42.
I was not. I was not even perimenopause. I was one of the lucky ones where it was postponed. I was having a very healthy, normal life, and then it hit me like a ton of bricks. Now, as we women know, all the fun symptoms that come with it. And as a cancer patient who was a hormone positive cancer patient, I'm not a candidate for hormone replacement therapy.
Oh, wow.
And then they don't have answers. So they said, figure it out.
Why is it that some women carry more testosterone than others?
It's a genetic makeup.
Oh.
I have to dig more into that, but to my knowledge, it has to do with, because everybody carries different levels of hormones in their body, and that has to do with like a genetic makeup.
Okay.
What does it mean, figure it out?
So women go into menopause, and their first thing to do is throw medication at you.
Okay, and then they're playing
antidepressants.
So they don't even know what the hell's going on. They're throwing things at you that have nothing to do with anything else.
Well, the science is behind because they've done all these testing on men throughout the years.
But we don't get that.
No, they don't.
So what the hell are they testing men for?
Wait. Did you just men don't get menopause?
I wish my sister was here because she'd be throwing shoes at whoever.
Yeah, I'd be throwing. I like to throw.
So why? I don't understand.
I got my boots are heavier.
Honestly, I don't understand the logic.
And you can't go on hormone replacement because you're hormone positive.
Correct.
You're just going through menopause, the joys, cold turkey.
All those fun side effects.
On top of cancer treatments and chemo and radiation and.
I refuse radiation.
Okay.
I have one more question. Don't lymph nodes get swollen, and how do you differentiate from a lump to a swollen lymph node?
After a certain amount of time, you educate yourself on what feels what. They're going to feel different. Okay. And you can become a little bit more educated with your doctor because your body is going to feel different than my body, from her body. His body is going to feel different.
And I'm the one that's studying.
Yeah.
How you like that?
Exactly.
This makes no sense.
I think when they say figure it out, it's because people don't know this, but they didn't start including women in medical research until 1990s. So they tested mostly on men, and clearly women are biologically different. So a lot of the time we don't have all of the information because there isn't much information to give. And so I think that's one of the important things about our show is that we try to bring light to a lot of these things that, she's going through. Everybody clearly seems to be kind of on the same wavelength, maybe different, in their own individual issue, but it's not really spoken about aloud. And so it's, yes, educate yourself, inform yourself, but it's nice to have that unity where you can say, I am not the only one. I'm not feeling this by myself, because it makes you kind of feel like you're going crazy. You're feeling all these things and your body's getting all crazy, and it's like, well, figure it out. So I think that's the biggest thing, is that we didn't include women in medical research until 1990s.
And I think your family tries to be supportive. I want to ask Erin, your family's there to support you.
Oh,
right?
my family, yes.
But they don't know what you're feeling on the inside.
Nobody does.
So is it having someone that went through it, or a collective team or other people going through cancer, does it help you become more relatable with your story?
Well, I do still attend a support group regularly. I have found that even if it's not necessarily breast cancer, but cancer in general, especially women, we do have men that have come, and they are most certainly welcome and included. But I do still attend because it's nice to get together because they do know. I do have other friends who have been through cancer or family members. My family is fantastic, but the big thing that I have found is I like to talk about the things like the girls do, the taboo subjects that a lot of other people don't do. And that's why I started Seedless Melons.
What is Seedless Melons?
Seedless Melons is intimacy coaching for those going through cancer. Not just going through cancer, but that's my main focus. And while you're in cancer treatment, you're basically thrown into a bubble. And in this bubble, you're going through treatments, your labs are low, you spend time in the hospital, you're having surgeries, you have all these restrictions. Friends, family, work, you're poked and you're prodded. And then you're released back out into the world and go, okay, have fun.
Yeah, bye, see ya. Figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out. There is some mental health support, but as we know, it's lacking in the country. But who better to know what you've been through than somebody who's been through it themselves? Right. And there's a lot of questions that aren't being answered, and I've done some deep dives into some of those questions. And intimacy doesn't necessarily mean in the bedroom. It could mean from the boardroom to the bedroom. How you relate to your coworkers now. Is it okay to answer questions? Do you feel comfortable asking questions? Answering questions? What about your children? What about your friends? It could be sitting down and having a cup of coffee. It's not necessarily, how you relate to your partner anymore.
What did you do for your career before your diagnosis?
I graduated nursing school in 2011.
Oh, and then you retired semi.
I call it semi-retired because as a nurse, I love educating people. And I did multi-forms of nursing, and I loved every single minute
So
of it.
this is in your wheelhouse of education and health and wellness.
It is. And health and wellness is so big right now. And everybody needs a little bit of something for self-care.
Yeah.
I've noticed, well, in what where I come from, I've noticed that self-love is so important. Like you just have to feel like you're a baby and you're taking care of yourself in a special way, and it helps. It helps for healing.
It could be the littlest thing. Self-care could be the littlest thing. 10 minutes before you go in the house, sit in your car and listen to some music or something. Self-care doesn't necessarily have to be something you pay for, right? It could just be peace of mind for 10 minutes. Somebody like myself, right? I have 2 very young children. I don't get a lot of alone time. If I do get that time, I have 2 little boys, 4 and 7. So self-care on my end is always lacking. I'm not good at it. I don't know how to do it. I'm learning. But I like to tell myself that 10 minutes in the car with the music blasting is self-care. Because then I get to go in the house and I'm smiling and I feel good. The kids feel good. Everybody's happy. Self-care is important.
You know, when my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer in Puerto Rico, and she calls me, not my sister, she calls me. And I remember you helping me get a doctor. I flew out. I didn't take a suitcase. I just flew out because I already knew what she was thinking. And so it was there, and they were going to do the operation and everything else. And mind you, I had no clue of what I'm doing, just taking my mother and watching her melt away on me in front of what's going on. You know, her basic care, what she was more worried about than anything else, not living, she didn't care about that. She cared about my father, how he was going to look at her. And I said, what? Because it didn't register for me as a male that she was more concerned
Was
about
she getting a
how
mastectomy? Is that what she was concerned about?
Yeah, she had it
Got
partially removed. Or I don't
Yeah.
know. It
Got
depends
it.
on how.
Yeah, we were just talking about that with Erin. Yeah.
And the psychology behind it, when I had a beer with my dad, and I said, Dad, this is what you're going to have to learn to understand. He says, oh, no, I got this. And no, you don't got this because you don't understand how she feels. Neither do I. So we got my sister on the phone and said, Mimi, what do we do? What do we say?
How would you feel?
Me? If it was me happening to me?
If it happened to your wife.
To my wife?
As a man.
I would be I would be devastated for her, but
looking at her,
it would not bother me whatsoever. I wouldn't look at that. I would not look at that.
Different generations are raised differently. Women in different generations are raised where, in different cultures, that all this plays a part in it, where you look a certain way, you're supposed to be presented a certain way. I'm only worthy because I have certain parts and I have a certain image to portray. As we know and learn more, as we change and evolve, and sometimes we'll never change that culturally, but we can change it generationally. Like, I don't care, honestly, if I have breasts or not.
Agreed.
I don't. I
agreed.
Well, I didn't want her to deny and not do it because she thought that's what he thought about. And then I said, Dad, I need you to take her to the hospital and be there. And that's what he did. And she had it done, and it was fine. And, whatever happened, when they were alive. But it took me to school. She called me, not my sister. And I always found that really, really strange. And I spoke to my sister. She says she was looking at the man aspect. She wasn't even looking at her self aspect. So this caring about yourself, I don't care if you raise a glass, have a cup of coffee, and you smile with it. Use a mirror, whatever you got to do. Man, woman, this study thing that you're telling me, I'm shocked. How stupid is stupid?
I see that as you're her baby boy and you're her person. And she loved you enough to where she wanted you to be there by her side.
My parents were really, really strange when it came to medical around me. There's stories that I can tell you, but that one, I just flew out. I just bought a ticket, left. I got in my car, left. I didn't take a suitcase. I just left. And Linda came with me. She was very helpful. You were helpful. You gave me that doctor who never talks to anybody. She's so busy, and she dropped everything. She says, Freddie, we got this in time. Don't worry about it. We're good to go. And I was relieved because I was having anxiety. I was going back to smoking. I was having anxiety. I didn't know what to do because you hear the big C word and everything goes haywire on you. I can only imagine what a woman has to go through, what you went through. I want to tell you that you're here and you can talk about it. And we got to ring a bell. We got to get a trophy. Are
So
you
how
kidding
you
me?
see
How
her
are you now?
photo? Have you seen the photo of her on the bus?
I don't think so.
No, I haven't seen the photo.
Listen,
I am
that
taking
is a
off my crown.
huge deal.
I am taking off my crown for this year. So Susan G.
Take it off.
Komen
There
does
it is. Look on the screen. Look at that.
Amazing.
Isn't that
Oh, I
incredible?
did see that. I didn't realize what I was seeing. Them.
That's
yes.
her.
That's her on the bus.
So every year, Susan G. Komen for Palm Beach County, for West Palm Beach, does the More Than Pink Walk. And you, like, hate, whatever, Susan G. Komen, for me, they've been a phenomenal foundation in a sense of support. I've registered again under Seedless Melons. I'm going to do the walk no matter what for my best friend and now for myself. And I actually have another best friend of 20-something years who just got diagnosed. And I told her, I'm like, I would do this all over again if it meant you didn't have to. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I would do all the chemo again. Put the port back in and let's go. I'm technically in remission. But so we're the unique More Than Pink Walk where we have warriors. And every year a new group of warriors gets nominated. And it's a really fun experience. You get all made up and you get dressed up. You get the photo taken. And you get to do fun events. And you get to be on the news. And it's stuff that I've never been able to do before. And now I'm like, this is so much fun. And my kid, and my boys, I have a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old. It's actually my 7-year-old's birthday today. He thinks that I'm famous because I was on a bus.
You are famous. You are famous.
Well, how
Not
do you-
everybody gets their
and
face
how do
on
you
a bus.
feel?
I feel some days are better than others. I just had surgery in May. So I'm preparing for surgery in November. And this should be the lucky number 5.
What's surgery, if we can ask?
Final reconstruction.
Okay.
I'm choosing to go with the implants because I think it's fun.
Okay.
Now you can pick what size, right?
Well, I'm trying to be Dolly Parton's less famous cousin, and my plastic surgeon told me no. I want to be like Michelle, but he said he can't make me that big. But I was like, the bigger the better, just because I had large natural breasts before, and so he said no. But I tried. But I'm just trying to be back in shape. I'm trying to be healthy. It's mindful. I'm finding natural supplements and things on the menopause symptoms. Exercise helps a lot. I went dancing for the first time in forever yesterday. That was great. Gosh. It was just with some friends at a dance studio. It was like a little half-an-hour class. It was just phenomenal. It's picking back up the pieces of the life that you left behind 2 years ago.
Amen.
It was just paused. It wasn't left behind.
What a beautiful soul, right?
Incredible.
Like you hear her
Amen.
talk and you just listen to her story and it's just inspiring and inside and out she's beautiful.
I met Erin when I was a Pure Romance rep.
Really?
Okay. Yes, Erin was my
We
hostess.
got to bring that back.
Nah.
This is psychology to pure romance. I
was
love
good.
that.
I did a good party, right?
Oh, we had a blast.
And we connected, and we have been friends ever since. So I think I did
Wow.
quite a few parties for Erin and her friends.
Incredible story.
And now
of
she's
survival.
teaching women intimacy,
Yeah.
which is
amazing.
Unbelievable. Full circle.
And I love how intimacy is not just necessarily the bedroom. It's what do you feel comfortable talking about? And I truly feel that we have been blessed again with this platform to be able to share your story and your story and your story and all this information that no other generation has ever shared. My mother never discussed menopause with me. She told me my grandmother never went through it. I'm like, my grandmother passed at 95. She never went through menopause. So that was the story I grew up with. My mother had a hysterectomy when she was in her 30s. She never went through menopause because she still had her ovaries that I was told about. Of course she did, right? But you're not told anything. So here we are in this generation figuring it all out because we were never told, and there was no science, hormone replacement. We're figuring it all out. And you know what? It's not fun. There's nothing fun about figuring this out. And then there's people that tell me, I'm fine. I'm like, well, good. I've had a hell of a 10 years. But they're like, what do you mean? But it's just everyone's story is different.
What do you think, like nowadays, everything is known. Everything is out there. You can, look
Well,
up
in
anything
this
on the
case, thank
internet.
God.
Right.
It depends. You know, I've been alive 63 years as a male. I've dated women. I've been married twice. I didn't even know what the hell menopause was.
I bet your mom never talked about it.
Never.
Bet your sister never talked about it.
I don't know what. I thought she was just wackadoo. And I didn't know. If I had known and I could do something to help, I would have helped. You know, it was same thing with Michelle or anybody. I
You know
didn't
what that does is it says a lot about previous generations. Because, again, we go back to that, like, it's taboo. We don't talk about it. I was never really taught self-care like that. My mom was a workhorse. She worked. You know, that wasn't something that we discussed. Same thing kind of like with Dawn. My grandma had a hysterectomy early. My mother had a hysterectomy. And I had a hysterectomy last October. So we don't have the lineage. And the doctor said the same thing to me. He's like, there's no way really to tell because you kind of go by genetics. And so all those, you know, sleepless nights, the hot flashes, the worst is the heart palpitations. You get that anxiety.
No,
like,
it's the weight gain.
Oof, wow. The heart palpitations, the anxiety, these are things nobody talks about, but in reality, we're all kind of going through it. So it's really nice to be able to have that platform. Otherwise, it wouldn't be discussed, and we would all be doing it in
we're going
secrecy.
crazy. We feel like we're going crazy.
But Lauren, think about it this way. If you're involved with a relationship, right, and it's not another one, let's say, for instance, it's a man who knows absolutely nothing about what's going on, that's going to ruin a relationship because, first of all, we don't know. We're being studied, which is like alien to me, which makes no sense. And then the communication is that women are trying to explain it, but when you're going through your thing, you're, you know, sweating and this. I seen women in here running all over the place. Now I sit back and I go, okay, I guess that's normal. I don't know. I don't know.
Can't explain it.
I don't know. I mean, what is a male supposed to do?
Men suffer because women go through menopause and get sexual symptoms.
What does that mean? What's a sexual symptom? Lack of sex?
Lack of sexual drive goes down, and then they'll get dryness, and then just the general like weight gain, fatigue, the hot flashes, the just general yucky feelings, sometimes depression, anxiety, the palpitations. Like you put all of that together, and then that's when it used to be called the male midlife crisis. Really, it was like men didn't want to deal with that anymore, so they went and found the younger woman.
Really, it's just menopause.
And on that note, we should take a commercial break because there's no way to come out of that hole. All right, more to come on the other side of this break. We'll be right back.
Step into a world where emotion meets expression, and every brushstroke tells a story. DeBilson Art Gallery features the captivating whimsical works of internationally renowned artist William DeBilson. From larger-than-life portraits to abstract reflections of love, loneliness, and connection, each piece invites you to feel, reflect, and escape the ordinary. Located in the heart of Delray, this art gallery is more than a space, it's an experience. Come discover what speaks to you. Visit DeBilson Art Gallery today.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
Nova Fresh Kitchen in Boca Raton is a vibrant, fast casual eatery ideal for health-conscious dinners. With a bright, fresh ambiance, a nutritious and fully gluten-free menu ranging from breakfast pastries to protein-packed bowls, soups, smoothies, and coffee, it is a reliable choice for a fresh, wholesome bite any time of day. You can find them at 625 Northeast Spanish River Boulevard, Boca Raton, or order online at novafk.com.
Craving fresh, delicious, and affordable kosher products? Come visit Casey Market. Since 2009, we've been your trusted source for high-quality groceries, fresh meat, fish, deli, and more. We take great pride in our business and the quality of our products, including our irresistible kosher pastries, baked fresh daily at our on-site bakery, and our full-service catering for any occasion. Located at 3775 Woolbright Road in Boynton Beach. So whether you are on your lunch break, stocking up on essentials, or are looking for a sweet treat, come check out our wide selection. We offer refrigerated delivery across the Tri-County area and beyond. Visit us today or online at koshercentral.com. Contact us by phone at 561-396-9711. KC Market, where quality and customer satisfaction come together.
RCCA has a team of specialized therapists to treat a wide array of injuries and conditions, including balance issues, back pain, fall prevention techniques, joint replacements, and stroke rehab. Our therapists at RCCA help adults reclaim their strength and flexibility, allowing them to return to their hobbies and sports. We tailor treatment to return our patients to activities they love, such as croquet, gym workouts, golf, pickleball, and tennis. Our state-of-the-art equipment and therapists ensure that there is something here for everyone.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
This Day in History is brought you by Cherry Auto Works. On October 1, 1890, an act of Congress creates Yosemite National Park, home of such natural wonders as Half Dome and the giant sequoia trees. Environmental trailblazer John Muir, 1838 to 1914, and his colleagues campaigned for the congressional action, which was signed into law by President Benjamin Harrison and paved the way for generations of hikers, campers, and nature lovers, along with countless "Don't Feed the Bears" signs. On October 1, 1908, the first production Model T Ford is completed at the company's Piquette Avenue plant in Detroit. Between 1908 and 1927, Ford would build some 15 million Model T cars. It was the longest production run of any automobile model in history until the Volkswagen Beetle surpassed it in 1972. On October 1, 1958, the American Express Company issues its first charge card in the US and Canada to give traveling customers more flexibility. The purple paperboard card, which later becomes the iconic green or gold plastic card, predates a new era of paying for purchases with revolving credit cards, with MasterCard and Visa following years later. 1982. Billy Joel's 1978 album 52nd Street is re-released in Japan, on compact disc, the first album put out on the then space-age tech. CDs gave the boot to cassettes and LP records, until vinyl began to get its groove back around 2007. This Day in History is brought you by Cherry Auto Works.
And we're back.
So what's it like for you to hear all of this information? You were the only guy listening. Well, Gabe is on board. I'm wondering what Gabe's thinking.
So she shut me up, and now you're gonna take the Band-Aid off on me some more. What do you mean? What do I feel? What do you think I feel? I feel about yay big.
Why?
Because I'm uneducated. You know, sometimes I got into an argument with my doctor because I found something to lower my A1C. And she says, well, I don't give you permission to do that. And I said, I wasn't asking for your permission. And me and her, we went at it. So they moved her. They got me another doctor because we went at it. I said, listen. So the doctor they gave me, his mother had diabetes. I gave him my stuff. He hugged me. He says, my God, this worked. It lowered her A1C. Who are you? Right? So there is a right way and then there's the other way. And sometimes the other way is better than what they think is the right way. So what do you think I feel? I feel stupid. I feel that maybe guys should take a little time out and you should listen with this more and this less. Simple. You know, there's a reason why people go through what they go through. It isn't that they want, that you think you ladies want to go through this. They don't want to go through this. So maybe being a little bit more positive and working through it and offering some support to try to understand, maybe that's the way to do this.
I do think different generations men will be more supportive as a whole generation, not singling out one person from another. I just think it was generational. Our grandfathers and fathers probably didn't cook dinner. Our mothers did that as a whole. And moving through, I see my son's cooking dinner more. He's taking care of her more, and it's just a different learning. And I think
that's because she's pregnant.
Well,
or he does it all the time.
When I had Aaron, I knew in my heart that I wanted to raise a caring, compassionate husband and father, of the things that I thought were important for my son to be as a grown man. And he's fabulous. And I think as mothers, it's our obligation to raise our daughters and sons, or whatever gender they happen to be, as good people, and to do the best. And to change the whole idea of education and to have the conversation. But I grew up in a house where everything was quiet. There were no conversations of anything. Like, if they were fighting, we didn't hear it on the other side of the door. If it was menopause, that didn't really exist. If my mother had a hysterectomy, you know, everything was like pushed under the rug. There were no conversations. Everything was a secret. So I'm like re-navigating life, and I had to raise my kids to re-navigate life. So I'm re-navigating life at 58.
Latinos talked about everything.
Nothing. I don't know whether it was cultural, like being culturally Jewish, or
I've heard
just another generation. I don't know.
I've heard that's the antique way, because they don't want the children to suffer like any problems of anxiety.
But we suffered more, I think.
Yeah,
right?
my son hits me. My son hits me with that.
I think it's important to have an open line of communication, especially when you are raising young men who, like Dawn said, are one day going to make husbands and fathers. And something I have noticed, because I generally have a lot of male friends. I've always had a lot of male friends growing up. Men that are raised by women tend to be more in tune, because they have seen it's open. Periods, menopause, the struggles. I think it's the conversation is very important to have, so that these young men growing up can understand what their partners or future partners are going to be going through. Because, I mean, it should be something that's kind of dealt with together. We shouldn't have to feel alone or afraid or scared or embarrassed.
But it's important to have, if there's a father figure, a father's perspective also in raising kids, because you need both. If there's whether it's a father or a grandfather or guidance, I think every child needs a balance of upbringing.
Every male has a mother. I don't care who you are. You have a mom. Now, that you talk to her, don't talk to her, that ain't what I'm talking about. You have a mom. And every football player I know, every baseball player, every weightlifter, everything is, let me call mom. I don't care who you are. You know why? Because men can't give birth. And that's why the planet is the way it is. Because we can't give birth.
But being open and educating them is important. And we totally should.
So don't hide from the fact that because we can't do that, let me be the superior being. My sons, they cook, they take care of the kids, the wife is at work.
Well, you cooked.
But that's the way I raised them.
Right, you did all
because it don't matter who cooks, because we all eat the same. Last I looked anyway. Everybody eats the same. So if you cook it, I cook it, or it gets cooked and brought in, just do it. Just get things done from A to B and you get to C.
It's having the conversation.
But this conversation today, I'm floored, because why the hell are you studying me? I gotta tell you, I got a tat because I went through midlife crisis. This is my midlife crisis badge right there.
But why don't you have any more now?
Because I sat down one day in front of a mirror and says, "What are you, an idiot? Are you stupid?" And I said, the things that you go through in life, if you were to sit with me one day, I'll fill a book. Because I had a sister, I had a mom, I had 14 aunts and 14 aunts in my families, and they all went through all of this stuff. And sometimes this gets affected by all of this is going on, and we all thought that women were just crazy. That's what we said. And I made fun with the kids in here and everything. So I don't mean anything by it, because I know, sometimes you got to back off. You got to give women a little bit of room, let them figure it out. And when they invite you in, and here's the sign, when they go like this, that's when you put your 2 cents in. Until they do this, just sit back and take it easy, because the world ain't going to come to an end because they're trying to figure out what's going on here.
Well,
but you just did that to me today.
Here's the other side of it. Not only do you have that, but then you also have the discussion of mental health that needs to be equally taken care of for the men of our generation, the little boys of our generation, for the past where they just said, suck it up, toughen up, little man. You're just being a little boy, no, don't shed your tears, just deal with the anxiety, just whatever other words you want to put with it. Brush it off, definitely. Just rub some dirt on it, suck it up, whatever, whatever words you want to put for it. Now we're in a different generation where, yes, all they've studied is women. Yes, all this stuff. They never studied the women. They've only studied the men. Yes, all women have all these problems. You thought we were crazy. But at the same time, what have they done to take care of the men's mental health, too? Let's raise the other side of that coin.
Well, the funny thing is that I think mental health across the board has been ignored. I think that it's a whole lot easier to put that under the rug because nobody wants the responsibility of being wrong. If I deal with somebody's mental anguish and it's wrong, then I look like a dummy, for lack of a better word. So everybody's afraid of fixing the problem.
Aren't we all like on a similar path where there's all these different discipline and ways of being raised, but nowadays it's like, here, about bills, about divorce, about menopause and all those things. Like, it's nowadays you have more insight, right?
Well, last I looked, men and women got together and made children. Forget about test tubes and all that, but last I looked, men and women got together. So it was a two for one to get 3, right? So why is it that if you can decide to do this, why can't you get together and sort of commingle at the same time?
That's a whole nother conversation.
But why? But again, why? Why does it have to be a different conversation?
To bounce off of Erin really quick, just because she was talking about the mental health and the crying. And, I hear often, don't cry in front of your children, or don't let them, see you cry, or, I'm going through some stuff with my mom, and I was feeling it for a minute. Normally I'm pretty good, and I could, cry at night, and I cried, and I says to somebody the other day, and she, you have to be strong. And I said, why is it not okay to show my boys that if you are sad, it's okay to cry? Mm-hmm. If you are angry, it's okay to cry. If you get hurt, it's okay to cry. You don't have to go and put it away and suck it back because it's not okay to show your emotion. No, boy, girl, it doesn't matter what you are. Everybody has feelings. Everybody, kind of goes through it. And I think you're right. I think we don't give enough for mental health for men on either end, because there's just, like you said, there's no even line there. There should be an even line. We're treating, everybody's struggling right now.
But even people who are in recovery, there's a lot of mental health aspects that go through that. It's not just dealing with cancer. It's doing life. I want to bring Dawn into the conversation.
Oh, joy!
Well, you have a great uplifting show that airs every Wednesday. It's called Faith Stories.
Yes.
And every story is about people finding their faith.
Yeah.
Through illness, through divorce, through whatever it is that they're finding their faith, men and women.
Right. Yeah. So with Faith Stories, it's all about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and through walking through life with Him is really the key, because it's not an easy life to live, as you have all learned about what everybody walks through. We all have journeys that we carry stuff with, and where do you put that? Well, for me, I give it over to the Lord. Now, I always take it back too, so but I throw it back at His feet again, because He wants us to live a joyful life, but sometimes there's not a lot of joy. You're going through what you're walking through right now with the breast cancer, and thank God you're cancer free, and I'll be praying for you. I'll be adding you to my prayer list, because we need prayer, you know? I mean, you just lost your dad, and I've been praying for you, Dawn, and it's not easy to walk through this life without your Heavenly Father. That's the way I look at it.
That is true. Who's your guest today?
Today I have Kristen Jordan. She was on several, I think it was like February sometime, and she's a fireball, and she's going to talk about what she does as far as work, but how God has helped her heal people through her hands. So
okay,
it's really cool, exciting.
It's very cool. Everyone's walking through something.
Yep.
It's just about being supportive.
But you can walk.
Somehow. There you go. There's your blessing.
Why is it that nowadays they put labels for everything? Like, there's like, now nobody's normal because someone has this problem or that, like, but we're all human beings. We all,
Honey, we can spend all day with the why
function.
this and the why that and the why here and the why there. We could do that all day long. You know, but accountability is accountability. When you were born, you weren't born with any of this stuff. You were born pure. So you go from there and you turn into whatever you turn into. You got to ask the reasons why you picked to follow those paths. Just remember, you always have choice. And if people are beating you over the head and they tell me, well, you know, I was taught this, and that, not to cry. You know, my uncles did that to me. My G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, I couldn't get him because I had a high-pitched voice when I was a young kid. It's not that I did it on purpose. It was just the way my anatomy was.
So that's normal.
That was normal. But my uncles all believe I got to talk like this. So my brother came along, and he took it from them somehow. He says, here, just don't show it to them. You keep doing what you were doing. See, my brother and sister were always very supportive of me. And they said, listen, you keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about what they think. And I grew up with that whole mental state that it was okay to talk about everything. And if you don't know something,
But
ask.
that's a testament to your mom and dad. Truly, a whole nother generation that didn't talk about everything or anything.
It is. My dad, I never saw him, so I went to work when I was 9 years old to go find out who he was, and he was in construction. I'm going to tell you, I didn't like it, but I did that a little bit with him as well. And Mom stayed home and she cooked. She taught us to cook. She taught us how to sew. I got a job at Frank's Army and Navy. I was 10 years old. I was sewing clothes.
Wow.
I was sewing jackets. See this jacket? This is a testament to the gangs that I put all the letters in the back. The Ghetto Brothers and all them guys.
That
I
back
knew them
door,
all.
I know.
I mean, I was learning how to be self-sufficient when I was 9. Wow. And my father says, I'm going to take you to Puerto Rico to teach you how to bring up corn, because when this world gets in trouble, you're going to have to feed yourself. And I know how to plant. I know greens. I know the whole nine.
That's awesome.
But to teach my kids nowadays this, man, I'm better finding Santa Claus in July. Because they don't understand that. They don't
my
understand.
kids are learning laundry, cleaning, gardening, all of it.
Well, I teach them. I said to them, you don't do it, you're going to walk around with dirty clothes. So you make up your mind as to what you want to do.
As parents, it's our jobs, and as sad as it is to teach them how to live without us when we're not here.
Right. That's what my father said.
That's our biggest job as a parent, right? Because when they're here, of course, we can do everything for them. I'm guilty. I coddle my boys.
Your boys are little still.
They are, but you know what I mean? That right? Isn't that like our job as a parent? Is like one day we're not going to be here, and you want them to be self-sufficient. You want them to know to take care of themselves.
And you coach a team of 7 to 8 years old, and they come and all these 30 kids, all of them are looking for that, what you just said.
Yeah.
And now you have a football or a baseball team. You go through that for 21 years. And tell me how you come out on the other side. It's a whole different animal.
Right.
I was coaching kids after my kids grew up. They became coaches with me, and everybody asked, the Daily News asked me, why are you doing this? And I told them, why not?
A lot of good information. Erin, how do people find you?
I have my own website, seedlessmelons.org. I'm also available on some of the social media platforms. I am on LinkedIn, believe it or not. That's actually a lot of cool places to find stuff. Instagram and on Facebook.
And what's the name of the site again?
Seedlessmelons.org.
I love that. I love names like that. Seedless melon. If you think about it, you don't want any seeds in your melon.
Well, they're seedless now. I'm seedless.
Yeah, she's the seedless melon.
What are you laughing at?
You didn't get what it meant.
I do get watermelon.
I am now seedless.
She's seedless. That's what you want. You want seedless melons. No?
Andrew just is.
And you know what? When you go to the grocery store, what do people buy? Seedless melons.
I buy seedless cherries. Huh? They take the seed out of the cherries now.
What do they do? Pit them?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's unbelievable.
My dad used to always tell me he always got the cherries without the pits. He ate them.
He ate
I think
the
he must have
pits?
eaten them.
You can't eat that.
Because
That's amazing.
I would use the same cherries, and every cherry I had a
They
pit.
have
My dad would
cyanide.
always have the cherries without the pit.
The stem and the seed has
I'm
cyanide.
telling you.
Yeah, there's cyanide in it.
Cyanide.
Ask him.
Is it really? Yeah, for real.
All right. You ready to wrap this
You
up?
heard what she said? She tells me ask her.
We'll ask Sarah. I'm going to have Sarah ask him tonight. Sarah's here tonight.
You ain't helping.
All right, tune in to the Faith Stories today at 3 o'clock with Dawn DeMarco Book and her guests every Wednesday. And I understand you've got some exciting news happening, working on some things.
Any news? No news yet. Oh, come on.
Tell me about it. Today's the day. Freddie's getting good news today, so you're going to get some good news today.
It's been going on all day. Started last night. This is unbelievable.
October 1st.
I got another one.
And join us, save the date, of course, October 21st, Crazy Uncle Mike's. You're going to see the postings everywhere. Do Good Delray, Crazy Uncle Mike's, 561 Music, Amp Media Productions, Amp Media Futures Foundation, raising money for our interns right here in the studio. And if you wonder where the money goes, just come on over and see new equipment, software, working together, food, even donuts, whatever it takes to keep everyone a little bit happy in this chaotic world that
If
we all
Gato
live
doesn't
in.
take the camera.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. Karen, thank you for making the trip down. Aaron, a pleasure to meet you. Ladies, as always, Couch Talk is going to air now live Wednesdays at 11 a.m., so check that out.
Is that
Be a part
official?
of the couch.
Just for this month.
For this month anyway. All right. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe. We'll see you. Actually, I won't see you tomorrow. Have a safe and healthy fast. If
Monday.
you fast, I will see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.